opposition and your councillors and the majority and all who voted no, you said a while ago you wanted more discussion. Will there be a halt and preparing with your ideas of discussion more in details or not? That's the question everybody asking. Will the state stop the process for you and your councillors to discuss more in details or not? That's what we're asking. That's what people's asking.
Not even
So we're asking you for you to ask the prefect in front of people because they are saying, one minute they say the prefect is right, then they're saying you is wrong, then they say no. Will the process of implementing the preparing going to stop based on your requirements or not? The prefect is saying we advance to a certain extent, we cannot reverse it. So what's going to be done? Is it going to stop or is it going into?
DJ, I'm gonna be very direct.
Should I ask the prefect?
You're gonna ask the prefect after she will give her answer. What I'm gonna say is on my part. We feel as elected members that this preparing anticipation or whatever, because you gotta fight things when they're there. So they think I know preparing, they got preparing by anticipation. That was presented to us is not another question with what we want, what we feel. So there was two ways of going about it. Either we talk like certain people and talk on the street and say we against, and we go to the demonstrate. Either we work and legally, because it is legally in practice, legally we fight it. That's what we did. So it's not a surprise for Madame la Prefect that I don't agree with the preparing. Now there's rules and regulation. There's a way to say you agree and there's a way to say you don't agree. You don't agree today, you just say it by talking and coming in the street, that ain't gonna stop nothing. But going to court will stop. And that's what we're asking the state is to consider that we don't agree and give us more time to have more studies because the whole thing I said just now, we don't have enough tangible proof to be able to decide on this preparing the way it is. And that's why we have a
So the bottom line, going to court, Mr. President, going to court ain't going to make the strikers move from there. If I understand what you're saying.
No.
They're not going to move.
No. You're asking me? Wait. Let me make it clear. I get to understand the question differently. Listen to me. If I had the power today to stop it, I would have stopped it today. That's what
I want to know.
Yes. I'm telling you today, you have a leader. I'm telling you that no, that's not the leader. Big influence in the whole assembly. I'm saying, we listen. So share what's stopping you. Your question to me,
Sur les 50 pas géométriques, déjà, je reparle du PPRN après. Le président a raison. On a fait un travail avec la collectivité pour que les 50 pas géométriques soient reversés correctement à la collectivité, c'est-à-dire parcelle par parcelle. On est en train de faire ce travail depuis l'année dernière. Donc là, sur les 50 pas, on a bien travaillé avec la collectivité et on aura le reversement complet, je pense, d'ici la fin de l'année. Enfin, pas celle-là, mais l'année d'après, parce qu'on a encore des parcelles à regarder. Mais d'ici 2020, la collectivité sera en responsabilité de l'ensemble des 50 pas. Donc ça, on a travaillé ensemble là-dessus. Et c'est vrai que quand la collectivité a pris ses fonctions, ce n'était pas le cas. Donc on a travaillé ensemble et ces questions-là sont en train d'être réglées et réglées légalement. Donc sur ce point, on est totalement d'accord. S'agissant du PPRN, je sais très bien que c'est difficile de comprendre qu'il fallait réviser ce PPRN. On a discuté tout à l'heure avec plusieurs personnes dans l'école, mais il était important que l'État puisse faire connaître à la population le niveau de risque sur les zones dans lesquelles ils habitent, c'est-à-dire combien il y a d'eau, quelle hauteur, etc. On a travaillé avec la collectivité, c'est vrai qu'on n'a pas été toujours d'accord, mais par exemple sur Grand Case, on a déclassé la zone rouge en zone orange, de manière à ce qu'on puisse construire partout. Il n'y a pas de sujet à Grand Case sur la bande du littoral, puisqu'on n'est pas en zone rouge. Donc il n'y a pas de difficulté. S'agissant des mois à venir, le PPRN n'est pas encore adopté définitivement. Je pense qu'on a confondu le rapport qui a été rendu par la commission d'enquête avec la décision définitive. On a encore des moyens de discuter ensemble. Donc c'est pour ça que je ne comprends pas aujourd'hui l'agitation. Je pense que c'est un problème de deux documents. On ne parle pas des mêmes choses en fait. Il y a encore du temps pour travailler. C'est ça qu'on veut dire.
GEBE has been faithfully serving the communities of St. Martin, powering your home and our economy. Come rain or shine, our qualified team of professionals are working hard 24 hours a day to provide you and your family with safe, reliable electricity and water. We use the latest technologies and test our products daily to maintain the highest international standards. Our friendly staff is always there to assist you, whether in person, over the phone, or online. We are committed to constantly improving our products and services, making them more efficient, effective, and environmentally friendly to serve you better today and our next generation of clients tomorrow. GEBE, powering a brighter future.
Our friend Megawati is here with tips to save you energy. 1. Turn your airco temperature up. 2. Use a ceiling fan instead. 3. Buy energy-saving products. Save some green with NVGEBE.
So I'm one of the nurses of the ambulance team. We are with 4 nurses. The ambulance team works mainly outside on the road. We do home visits, whereby we visit clients at home to administer medication, do the follow-up, counseling, whatever.
Eddie, where are you? Come now. Martin, how are you doing?
I'm not too bad.
Good. Easy going, man. What about you?
A little anxious these days.
How come? What happened?
I think somebody's trying to kill me.
Okay, you taking your medication?
Yeah.
So, where's your pillbox?
In the house.
You going to get it for me?
Yeah.
The most rewarding aspect for me is the appreciation that I get from clients and family. Yes, we know we would all want a big salary, but that is what counts for me. Well, what I would like the community to know about mental health in general is that it's not a stigma. I noticed on St. Martin that they talk about somebody's crazy. It's not somebody's crazy because a mental illness can be drugs, alcohol induced. It can be a trauma after disaster, which we saw, for example, after Irma. So it can have different reasons. It's not that when you see somebody is behaving different or strange that you say the person is crazy. And besides that, somebody can be treated.
Thank you. Take care.
Work all day with the population. They work all day on certain situations. So they were the one that was supposed to bring a professional feedback on what this PPRN by anticipation was showing as negative. So we invited them to those sessions in order to compile a certain amount of information that we give to that inspector that was taking all the grievances, and we delivered that on the 31st of the month of October so that they can take it in consideration. At the same time, each one that brought their input in that COPIL, they put down also individually the same, I would say, claim that they had, so that we're sure that on both sides, the information, we wanted to be sure that the information was really going to be taken in consideration, because they told us that things would be taken in consideration. But at the end of the day, the report was saying that due to all what they had as grievances, due of the enquête that was done during that period of 1 month or 2 months, they gave avis favorable. So that means that they give avis favorable on something that we were saying we don't agree with. It wasn't avis favorable under the circumstances and under the fact that there are certain requirements that they're asking. No, they say it's in direct relation with what the president wants, the president of the republic, and it's avis favorable to proceed.
To proceed with the to proceed.
To proceed. Yeah.
But there was
to proceed to the definite application of the PPRN, because remember when we voted in July, it was said that it was for the application of the PPRN by anticipation, but by the 31st of December, it was supposed to be an application, a definitive application of 100%, the PPRN, 100%. So remember these dates, because I'm hearing, and I heard afterwards, that, oh no, we can still talk today. No, you see, the problem, Sham, is that information comes not from the beginning. The rules is always changing. From the beginning, I'm saying so. They give you rules at the beginning, and during the process, the rules are changing. So it's either you tell us things at the beginning and you hold your word, you say 31st of December, so you must imagine that there will be reaction according to those dates. But if you say from the beginning that no, it's not going to be definite, but it's going to be a continuation of the work and taking in consideration what was giving us information, then we can understand that we can proceed in continuing of negotiating. So there wouldn't be a worry of an application on the 31st of December or from the 31st of December. And these are the things that needs to be brought out straight by the state. You can't just say when you see something happening because there's a blockage, because there's a problem somewhere, that, oh, okay, no, it's not going to be like that. It's going to be postponed. But where is it written? The first declaration is those that the people have in mind. And that's the one that we as government also had in mind. So if you change the rules of that you're giving us while we process and going, well, then it's not a fair game. I'm going to take just one example that we suffer as government. In order to function as a government, with biddings or not biddings, we need to have a clarity of being able to take decision. What did the prefect of the time, Madame Loubiès, told us with the Minister of Overseas Department? The date of urgency of urgence impérieuse was till the end of the year. They told us December. Why December? Because the COD, which is the in French we say le poste de commandement, because you remember there was no prefecture. When there's an emergency situation, they create what you call a COD. That COD was dissolved in December 2017. So they told us we will take the date of December, stating that the state of emergency will be over, and from that date you will be able to go back and start working the biddings as usual, which we said, okay, from the 1st of January we will be functioning differently, not an urgency, but in a regular setting, even though we had problems.
Make use of WIB mobile banking with easy access and direct usage of face recognition, PIN code, or fingerprint. Download WIB mobile banking app and make your transaction from anywhere at any time. For more information, visit wib-bank.net/quick-login.
Also pledged solidarity with the people of French St. Martin, as we are truly one people. You cannot meet one St. Martiner who does not have a connection on the French side and vice versa. And definitely we understand their plight and we stand with them. However, we do not condone any of the violence against persons in the pursuit of this right. Of course, the state has its responsibility, and part of that responsibility is to unblock the roads. As such, the prefect did request of us since late Friday into Saturday assistance to move vehicles, as they were expecting many troops via Grand Cas Airport, but because of the blockages in Grand Cas and in French Quarter, they were unable to make the movements they needed to make. As Prime Minister, I asked the Honorable Prefect to send me this in writing, because this is over telephone conversations, etc. And she was able to do so, but not in a timely fashion, let me say. So we waited all day yesterday for the request to come in pertaining to that movement, and this was for trucks, a convoy of 14, and I thought that would have made a very negative impact on the people of Dutch St. Martin, especially as we feel connected to the French, and any movement that would strengthen the state in violence against St. Martin people is something I could not participate in. So in the request to the prefect, we requested that she provide not only a written request, but stipulate what exactly her plan was, what the troops were being used for, etc., which was not forthcoming. Secondly, we also received a request for special vehicles to be landed at our port, because Gallas Bay Port could not handle the boat. It was initially 2 armored trucks that would help to push away the barricades that have been placed by the people of St. Martin. Again, I asked the good lady, Madame la Préfète, with all due respect to you, please submit this in writing. And this is a case that would have to go, because it pertains to military vehicles, it has to go through the channels of the Foreign Affairs Office of Paris and the Foreign Affairs Office of the Netherlands in The Hague. And in contact with our Foreign Affairs Office here on St. Martin, we were in contact about the situation, but had not received any written request for such. Late yesterday evening, we did receive the request for the trucks to move, or during the day we received that. However, I was not able to get a response from The Hague in terms of their take on the matter, seeing the concerns we had as a country in our close ties with the people, and not wanting to facilitate any aggression against the people, and not being reassured in any way that this would not occur, etc. And in the meantime, the prefect decided to move the persons that had arrived through the barricades in Grand Cas and other places, and she no longer needed our services. And in that regard, we were also concerned as to how frequent would you be needing to use the Dutch side roads to facilitate your actions. Again, up to now, we have not been able to get a clear-cut view of what the long-term plan is of the state in dealing with this uprising of the people. We have also asked and advised that the prefect use mediation, discussion, and try to meet the people halfway in terms of what they are standing up for, instead of reacting with violence, as violence begets violence. And they are mostly concerned, apparently, with the aggression that some of the youth are showing, that are unrelated, they feel, unrelated to the actual cause of the protest. So they feel like it's 2 separate things they're dealing with, and we were concerned about the show of force and facilitating that. So last night, after midnight or early this morning at 7, I was able to get information on the ship that was coming in. We had still not granted any permission for this ship. I had sent out in a press release yesterday that no request officially had come in for that, and lo and behold, it had gone through the channels in Europe. But it was unofficial still, because it is not a military ship. It is a regular cargo ship that usually comes to St. Martin with cargo, which they added military vehicles on. So It was no longer the 2 vehicles that had been originally requested, but now 5 military transport trucks. I have seen pictures of the trucks. I have not granted the ship clearance to dock at Port St. Martin. I repeat, I have not granted the ship, which is a regular cargo ship, any clearance to dock nor to offload and pass on the cargo, whether by land or sea, via St. Martin. We do not want to be involved in anything, as I said before, that would accelerate actions against the people of St. Martin. That was the main concern. And then, during the day, several threats were made towards the government of St. Martin if they indeed cooperated with assisting the state to, quote unquote, and this is their words, oppress the people of St. Martin. Of course, people might say, oh, but why are you succumbing to those threats? Suppose it were you, suppose it was on the Dutch side, wouldn't you have to ask the French side for assistance, etc.? All of that can be well and good when we are in a unique situation where the entire island is affected by a hurricane or a natural disaster or any other type of a disaster. And we have to collaborate in that way to defend the people of St. Martin. Of course we can, but how can we honestly? We are not a state-run island. We are an island-run island. This is the island, representatives. We are representing our people. How can we go against the island representatives in the north in assisting the state?
How are you doing this morning? Good. So Rebecca, thank you for coming. I work as a psychologist at the Mental Health Foundation. I mainly see children and adolescents, but I also see adults. So whenever there's a crowd, that's when you're starting to feel
nervous,
okay,
nauseous.
Okay, it is kind of like your body. We are so used to taking care of our body. If we have a little ache in our foot, we know to rest it. We know, okay, I might have walked too much, so I need to rest. Now, of course, that can be just an ache in my foot, but I can also break my leg. Now, for breaking my leg, I would have to go to the doctor. So that kind of goes the same for mental health illnesses. So you can come in for something little as, I'm really stressed out lately. What would you need? A little bit of rest. But someone can also come in with way more difficulties. We're not here to judge right or wrong, good or bad. Is it helpful for you? Fine. Is it not helpful for you? Okay, then let's see what we can do about it. But not a wrong nor right, absolutely not. It's a magnifying glass without judgment.
Well, there's still a lot of stigma on the island, unfortunately. It's not a topic that people easily talk about, and that's a shame. They're afraid that they get judged, and there is still quite a bit of judgment. I mean, often we hear, don't go to that crazy house. Once you go in, you never go back. And it's just not true, We treat a lot of patients here, and a lot of them, we get back on their feet.
Our goal at the Mental Health Foundation is for us to help you improve your life, for you to live a better, happier, and fuller life.
Hello, St. Martin. My name is Stephanie Medina, and I play football with the Walichi Women Soccer team. I have represented St. Martin in many different games. For example, the Dutch Caribbean Women's Soccer Cup. I played against Bonaire, Aruba, and Curacao right here in this stadium. Sports matter to me because it makes me happy, it keeps me fit and healthy, and it is very fun. So I asked the business community to take on this challenge and help us rebuild our facilities. And I also asked the community to nominate the local businesses in your area and take on the challenge and step up for sport. Why? Because sports matter. Check out the Department of Sport Facebook page for more information. #SportsMatter, #AreYouIn.
First, I would like to start off by stating that the situation concerning the works being carried out in the Dutch Quarter District has the full attention of the Ministry. There are meetings planned this week, and my goal is to have a solution for the main road before the Christmas holidays. Also, as mentioned in previous press briefings, I am also in continuing discussions with NVGEBE concerning the street lights, as safety for the people is of great importance. With that, I would like to state an update that I'm happy to announce that as of yesterday, the lights on the boardwalk are once again fully functioning. As we continue to light up the Philipsburg area, we are also looking to have some lights functioning at the Clem La Vega Square parking lot within short. I would like to mention now that due to the backlog currently in the permits department, the department will not be accepting any new permits requests from December 19th until the 3rd of January 2020. This is to allow the department to finalize the building permits currently pending. We apologize for any inconvenience this may cause, but I believe this is needed in order to provide a better service for the new year. Please note, though, that as soon the permits are ready, that the department will make contact with those persons to be able to collect their permits. I would like to make mention that as part of my campaign slogan, "Be part of the solution, reduce your pollution," I would like to remind the general public to be mindful when disposing of your garbage. Too often we are encountered with the bins overfull and on the side of the bins, and also especially the bulky waste. If you are able to carry your fridge to the big containers, please continue driving to the landfill. As you know, it is free to drop off your garbage at the landfill. The ministry is also in talks with the haulers, and will have a schedule within short pertaining to the dates where you can put your bulky waste on the side of the road in front of your house if you don't have the transportation.